Yeah, it's all pretty nostalgic. I mean, watching the video, I got a little bit emotional. There's so many good memories over the years. And, yeah, I mean, I missed this. I missed being here, and I don't think, you know, I don't think I ever took it for granted. You know, when I left, it wasn't like I was like ready to leave. You know, it wasn't like I was hoping to get out. You know, I think obviously there's some guys who are in some places and move on to other things, and I just never felt that way here. And so when I did leave, I was always hoping for that opportunity to come back. And you know, this was great. Hopefully we can spend a little bit more time with the family.
What's the season been like? Not playing for the first time in however many years.
It's been nice. It's been nice. You know, there's different kind of stresses, different kind of challenges, and stuff like that. But it's been an adjustment period, trying to learn how to be a dad in the summer and not just worry about hitting baseball. But yeah, no, I miss a lot of aspects of the game. I miss the camaraderie. I miss being in the clubhouse. I miss meeting, you know, old and new players and being around those guys. But I don't miss the daily struggles, the ups and downs of the season, the stresses of the season, you know, going through slumps. I don't miss anything. So that's kind of cool. When I think about, you know, it could be like doing all those cool things at the same time. There's a lot that weighs on me. The struggles of keeping healthy, you know, and keeping my mind sane, you know, and going through a bad stretch. So I don't miss that.
Yeah, they're trying to get a new stadium up here in the members here.
Yeah.
Getting the St. Pete. Been a St. Pete taxpayer for a long time here. What do you think of that? And is that working out?
I hope that it does work out. I mean, you know, I know that there's always a lot made about the fandom here and, you know, the amount of fans that come to the games and stuff. But they're, you know, over the years, we've had a lot of loyal fans here too. So for those people, I think, you know, that they're deserving of the stadium. I hope that it does get. I think it's this 17th or 18th.
Vote this week.
So hopefully it does get approved, and I think it will, you know, reinvigorate the area. Obviously, bring not only a new stadium but other things surrounding the stadium. And I think that I hope that that's the goal of building it here, is to kind of bring, you know, newcomers into the area and kind of jazz it up a little bit more. So we'll see.
Is there any part of you want to come back and play again?
No. I waited long enough to know that I was done, you know. So there was a couple years towards the end of my career where I was questioning it internally, and I would go back and forth. You know, I'd have good days, and I feel like, oh, I can do this for another 3 or 4 years. You know, and then I'd have those bad days where my body felt terrible, I was struggling, and those started to outweigh the days that were easy and fun. And I just wanted to leave the game and play the game like with a good taste in my mouth. You know, I just felt like the last couple of years it was getting closer and closer, and then last year, like being able to go to the World Series, have the experience that I had, it made it a pretty easy decision.
Have you officially retired or filed the papers?
No, I haven't. Maybe I don't know why. You know, I had a long conversation with my agent, and we kind of laid out the pros and cons of it, and I just said, well, I might as well wait and see what happens. And you know, there's no real rush to make the announcement, and so just haven't made it official.
Do you have any plans to do anything post-playing career?
No, I wish I did. That's probably the hardest part, is not knowing, you know, what I'm gonna do. Baseball has been my passion for as long as I can remember, and so you know, I hope that I'm able to stay in the game in some capacity, while also being able to be a present dad and, you know, be at home and not have to miss a ton of memories with my kids. And so that's kind of the hard part with baseball, is it's like you're kind of all in or all out, you know, at this level. And so I'm gonna wait to find, you know, what that looks like, whether it's, you know, letting my kids get a little bit older, you know, kind of being with them and seeing them grow up a little bit more, and then maybe looking for an opportunity that's, you know, going to bring me back to spending 5 to 8 months away from my family, or you know, maybe try best friend still runs it, so I'm not a budding restaurateur by any means, but you know, we're keeping ourselves afloat.
So if a team called you next week, would you consider it?
No. Depends on what team. I shouldn't say that. Maybe these guys, maybe the D-backs, but there's not too many opportunities that you know that I would go jumping at. Like I said, last year was pretty special. So and I know how hard it is to repeat that. You know, and even if you had a good year, and you know, ultimately I feel like one of the only things I haven't accomplished is winning the World Series. And so, you know, if you said I would go hit, you know, 080 for the rest of the season, but the team would win the World Series, then I'd go do it. You know, but that's probably about the only thing that I'd want to do. So.
I mean, you crossed paths with Stephen Vogt a couple of times in your career. He talked about you in pregame, just called you a pro's pro. You know, is it surprising to see what he's been able to accomplish in his first year as a manager?
No, not at all. I mean, I there's guys that you play with that you can always go, man, that guy would make a really good manager. You know, whether it's their people skills or, you know, just their knowledge of the game, whatever it is. I mean, he was always one of those guys that, you know, he'll tell you he wasn't a great major league player, but he played long enough to understand what it takes to win and what it takes to kind of get guys to rally around you. And the same thing with Cash. You know, I feel like those two guys that played against Cash played with, you know, Steven, and we always had a feel that they kind of just got it, you know, understood how to bring guys together, how to rally a clubhouse. I talked to him before he got the job this offseason. And I don't know, I wouldn't say he was surprised that he got the job, but I think he was surprised at how fast he got a managerial job. But I wasn't, you know, I could kind of see it coming from for a long time. And so, not surprised at all about his success. And, you know, I hope it continues for him. Maybe not the next 3 days or 2 days, but you know, I hope they're pretty firmly in first place in the division. So he's having some good success in that.
You see the statue outside?
I haven't seen it yet. Honestly, I'm doing some more interviews on Monday on the PRO team here. So I kind of waited on doing it because they want to shoot some stuff out there. So I haven't put on because I think they want to get like a more natural reaction. So
The kids weren't clamoring to see it or anything?
they don't even know about it. I didn't tell them, so I wasn't like, oh, Dad got a statue up front. You know, let's go see it. But no, we'll check it out on Monday.
Another one might want to climb on it.
You should find out there.
What do you think the fact that no one's worn number 3 since you were here?
It's pretty special. I mean, they haven't asked me outright, you know, whether I care if somebody wore it or if I'd like it to be retired. There's a lot of, I mean, there's not many, you know, being in the Hall of Fame here and having your number. You know, there's only a few numbers on the wall out there, so I think we talked about this a little bit before, but you know, I would definitely be honored if they're asking to retire the number, and I just think it's pretty special.
Have either the Giants or the D-backs asked you to be involved in anything? Appearances,
Yes.
promotions, whatever?
Not appearances. No, just like I still talk to the D-back, not the Giants. I still talk to the D-backs, you know, because of the you know, proximity to my playing career there. You know, I still have relationships with the guys that were there last year in the front office, and you know, it's a little bit easier conversation because that's where I live. You know, it's 25 minutes up the road from my house, but I've been very non-committal with it. You know, what I want to do, and the thing that I've been committed to the most is just being at home with the family. And after the summer, we may change that. You know, I want to be away from home a little bit more. they've kept us pretty busy, but no, it's been nice to be around and kind of just enjoy this time without having to worry about a job and baseball.
What do you think of these guys that here 5 good years?
I mean, they got the formula down. You know, I don't know what it is, but they've had, you know, I would say in terms of like front office, they've had very little turnover in terms of the people that are in charge, and so I think those people have kind of figured out what works for this organization and kind of the player that they like to target, and it's paid off on the field. That was always kind of like a hard thing, but it was like give and take because it was always hard to have like the turnover that we had while I was here, but then we somehow we'd find a way to win, you know. And so it's kind of like it sucks having 15 new teammates every year, but then when you go out and win 90 games, you know, it's worth it in the end. And so you know, I know that that's probably one of the things that the fans would complain about the most here is like, you know, you get attached to a player over the course of a year or two, and then that player gets traded or is, you know, gone. And so I think as a fan, I would just say, or as a former player to the fans, like you got to hang your hats on the wins and losses. You know, it's very hard to do what this organization has done. You know, continue to win in a division that's obviously, since I've been the most, if not the most difficult division. So they've just done an amazing job with the tools.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Stupid question. Have you stepped foot in this building since you were